Hi, it's Claire here for the Property Sisters YouTube channel. And we thought that you guys would like to find out a bit more about exactly who the Property Sisters are. So I'm going to be interviewing over the next few weeks some women in our group who I think have interesting stories. First up is one of our co-founders, Helen Chorley. And I think most of you probably already know Helen, but I've got some questions for her that you guys, I think, might enjoy. So, Helen, we've got to keep it to 10 minutes. Can you tell us firstly who you are and what you do in a nutshell?
Sure, absolutely. I'm a property development investor, so I'm not a developer myself. I don't invest. I'm not a portfolio landlord, but what I do is I fund other people's deals. So that could be directly or through crowdfunding. My background is banking, so I bring kind of that numbers kind of that analysis head to deals. I'm a co-founder, as you said, with you.
Gosh, that's a very short answer. I was expecting a bit. Tell us about your banking background and how you came to property through that.
Sure. So I did 11 years in investment banking on the trading floor at JP Morgan. I then had some health issues, so kind of that ended my career there. But I'd always had a fascination with property and started to do some kind of little projects just for myself. Little 4,500 square foot house was my first project, so maybe little's not the right word, but some for my own, kind of my own enjoyment, and just decided that actually this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of professionalize it. I wanted to do this full time. It ticks so many boxes for me in terms of creativity, but also bringing the numbers. And also, I'm a real people person, so I love that about the property community as well. There's so many chances to meet different people and, people with great brains. So the mental stimulation for me is something that I really enjoy as well.
But I think from knowing you, what's been super interesting for me is hearing that you came into this thinking that property was going to be passive. And I know you're sitting there in Malta, with a beautiful kind of landscape behind you, and you do live this amazing international life, but it definitely hasn't been passive, has it?
It's definitely not been passive. And I don't know, maybe you need to be a particular kind. Maybe I'm not the passive kind. That's probably part of the answer. But yeah, I knew what lifestyle I wanted, and as you said, it was living abroad. I haven't spent a winter in the UK for a long time now, and I just wanted to make that a more permanent arrangement, and I needed something that I can do kind of hands-free, if you will, from somewhere else. So up until last year, I was back and forth regularly to the UK, kind of checking on projects, meeting people, doing speaking and kind of speaking arrangements and panel discussions, etc. But I love the setup that I've got, but hands-off and passive for me, it certainly is not. And if you want to really kind of understand what you're doing in property, then I think it's difficult to be passive, particularly because of the nature of the beast. It's an ever-changing market. We've seen that this year with the PD rights, etc. It's ever-changing, and there's so many different ways to do property that there's always something to learn, which again is probably part of the appeal for me.
And I think from knowing you in the last couple of years, it's developed into a mission for you. Can you tell us a bit about that mission?
It really has, and I think lockdown one really consolidated that for me, because I saw everybody kind of doing their bit, coming together and helping people, and I thought, what can I do? What skills do I have? How can I help here? And actually, having helped and guided a number of people through recovering money from rogue developers and mentors and things in the past, I thought actually I can bring that. I can bring some experience. I've seen this happen before, and I've helped people with this before. I know there's more and more people going through it. So that was my kind of lockdown mission, and also just to tell people how I see it, how property really is, because there's so much BS out there about property. It's easy, it's passive, you can be a millionaire in a month's time. Really? Show me one. You know,
there's a lot more people who can show you a bank balance that's been burned by it.
I'm afraid 2020 has taught me that there's more people that have had bad experiences with developers, mentors, whoever, and have lost money than have made money. I'm not saying overall, but everybody, 9 out of 10 people, I'm telling you, have got a story about how they've lost some money or somebody didn't do right to them in property. And I just think we should be talking about that more. I think we should stand up, and if we can help that stop happening to other people, then I want to do that. I want to be part of that.
Yeah.
And I want to tell people it's not just them as well. So yes, you can see how passionately I feel.
I can, and you know, you've helped me, but what I love is that you've seen how people like me have lost money. It's better for people to maybe consult with you before they hand over money. You know, it's once you've handed over that money, you know, good luck getting it back. Far better to educate yourself and work out, you know, whether you're handing over money in a correct, secure way.
That's it.
Far better.
And that's it. Like, actually, many of these situations were avoidable had people known the questions to ask, the setup, the legal structure, etc., to have from the beginning. So, you know, where that's possible, why not put yourself in the best position to be able to you know, rather than return on investment, it's Adam Lawrence says it, doesn't he? It's return of investment before return on investment. Make sure that happens first. And you know, that's, you know, part of the reason kind of why we put out all the information that we do on YouTube as well, isn't it? It's like helping people to understand this and put themselves in the best position, the most educated, the most kind of real information to be able to, you know, to make wise choices and ask good questions.
Absolutely. And I love the way the property community, and in particular we at Property Sisters, are telling it like it is and just opening people's eyes to all of this. But I do need to go back to my questions because they are very I want to move away from what so many people know about you already.
Sure.
Tell us, what is your biggest talent and what is the one thing that you're not very good at, and how do you deal with that?
Oh, the not very good is very easy. Technology. I think most people know that.
But you're getting better.
I'm getting
You just
better.
show me how to do something.
I managed to record and transfer a file into Dropbox and do some stuff on Zoom yesterday. So that is my like win for January already. Like a technology tick is like is gets double brownie points for me. So tech is not my thing. But I try. I try. What is a talent? A talent not many people may know about me is I was actually a oh god, this is so embarrassing. I was actually a world ranked dancer in my late teens. I was a junior ballet champion, won the Northwest, then won British championships and tap and modern and all that jazz. Then I represented Oxford in 4 varsity matches. Actually, I've got 2 half blues for Oxford. That was ballroom and Latin dancing. So dancing is a talent of mine, which I haven't got to indulge as much, but maybe that should be on my New Year's resolutions for 2021.
Why not? Perfect lockdown activity. Last question, last but not least. What for you is the best thing about being in Property Sisters?
Oh, there's so many things. For those that didn't or weren't on the Christmas, we had like a little Christmas, you know, kind of gratitude kind of get together. Thank you for the year, and hearing all those stories and hearing, oh God, I'm getting emotional just even talking about it. But seeing the difference that a community like this, a community who care, who listen, who help, who in most cases give more than they take, and seeing the difference that has made to people's lives. Nobody's making it kind of all about them. Everybody's just there to help and support each other, and give advice and listen.
It's been life-changing being part of it. So Helen, thank you. That I hope you guys have learned a bit about Helen that you didn't already know. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do it now. And thanks for listening.